today I'm going to be doing got a report. I'm going to get back with you guys on a field testing report on these Lower Torklift Stableloads. Been trying them out here for the last 3 months, and just wanted to give you guys an update on what I think about them. So just a couple of things. I'm not representing Torklift, the name, in this video. I'm not representing any of their products. I'm only giving a customer review about what I think about the product. So let's get right into it. So during my travels, basically let's kind of start off talking about the Lower Stableloads. I've got in my hand here, they give you these shims, and there's actually 3 in a pack. And they're tapered like that. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see that. They're tapered so they slide and they actuate underneath the leaf springs. So I ended up going all the way down to just one of these leaves. I tried 2, I tried 3. There was actually too much preload on the springs, and I found one to be the sweet spot in the front of the spring and in the rear of the spring. And what these do is they put preload on the leaf spring. So between the bottom overload and the bottom of the leaf springs, it puts preload and tension, and it will take out some of the sponginess. I know for myself, the problems that I was having a little bit of sway, and then I was getting I just call it a sponginess. The springs were kind of spongy, like they needed to be firmed up quite a bit. And so I did find with this product, with running just one, it did take away my sponginess now. You know, when I go up inside the camper and I walk around, and the springs, they don't squeak or anything, and it definitely firmed up the ride, which is what I was looking to do. And I think it did help with some of the sway. I still get a little bit of sway. But I found that using this in conjunction with the airbags, let's kind of talk about the airbags. I have airbags on this truck, and I found that I didn't need to run as much air than I did before. I was able to reduce the amount of air that I run by about at least 20 pounds in each side. I like the airbags because it gives me that adjustability of leveling out the camper from side to side, because I know on this camper I'm a little bit heavier on the passenger side than I am on the driver's side of the truck. So the airbags help with leveling it out. These won't level out the truck. That's what a pair of airbags would definitely do. So I do give this system a big thumbs up because of its adjustability. You have, depending on your truck camper that you have and how heavy it is, you definitely have some adjustability with these shims. So if you've got a real heavy camper, you can stiffen it up, running 2 of these, running a pack of 3 of them. So I know, when I talked to the shop that installed these for me, they told me to run all of them, and I found that to be way too much. So you will need to do a little bit of experimenting with these. The other nice part about these is you can totally disconnect them. That's the whole selling point with them. You can totally disconnect them. So when you pull your camper off your truck, you can totally disconnect them, and then it'll just be a factory ride at that point. So I think any type of a suspension product, improvement product, aftermarket modification, if it has some adjustability with it, it's definitely, in my book, a really, really good thing. There are a couple of other things. There's, sway bars. I have a factory sway bar on here right now, and I think it's definitely adequate. Shocks, you could go to a self-adjusting shock like a Rancho 9000. There are some self-adjusting shocks that automatically self-adjust. I think Blisteens might be one of them. Shocks are another way to go. Another alternative to running airbags is the Timbrens, and the Timbrens are a solid rubber mount that actually goes between the axle and the frame, not between the top of the leaf springs and the frame. That's what airbags are. Airbags do. So for maybe if you're an off-roader and you plan on going off-road and want your suspension to articulate a little bit better, the Timbrens might be a better product for you. But I do give this a thumbs up. The other thing that I'd also like to mention is that ask the question, well, could I just make my own? This seems like something that, you know, I could just make with some flat stock steel. And yes, I do think that this is something that you could definitely make for your own application. I mean, one of these was enough for me. So yeah, you could just, you know, drill a hole through your leaf spring or through your overload and bolt or weld a piece of flat stock, and it would probably do, you know, accomplish the same thing. So you could do that as well. You could make your own. As far as I only have the uppers. Torklift also sells a upper stable load, and from talking with some other people, they say that those can make a difference. Right now, my overloads are resting on my factory bump stops, which that's the sweet spot that I found. So I'm not planning on getting the upper stable loads. I think what I have right now is really good. So yeah, I think that's really all that I have to say. You know, don't take everything that I say as gospel with this, because certainly, you know, your truck is going to be different. Your truck camper weight is going to be different than what I have. This is just a combination that I found that worked well for me. So always keep that in mind. You know, really do your research and try to solve the individual problem that you're having with your truck. And that's pretty much, you know, what I did in this instance. I didn't go out and just throw a whole bunch of money at everything. I tried, you know, one thing at a time, and I found, you know, this to solve my problem. So I hope this helps you guys out, and we'll see you guys on the road. Thanks for watching. Take care.